Good morning to all of you. Okay, so how many of you are planning to become entrepreneurs? Thank you so much. No, I didn't get the show of hands, please. Okay, this is like 60%, a little more than 60%. Want to become entrepreneurs. And how many of you are planning to become entrepreneurs right out of college? We are still in India, right? I'm sure if it had been Silicon Valley, it would have been the other way around, 65%, 70% would have said, we are right now going to be entrepreneurs. The ones who would say, we're not going to be, it's going to be maybe one guy in the whole batch, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the dais, youngsters, all of you budding entrepreneurs, great to see you here. Welcome to this program. Amazing initiative. It's clearly rightly poised to take leverage of the wave India is going through. It's been going through that wave for many years, but a little bit of the downturn kind of put some holes in the whole bubble, or I wouldn't say bubble, in that growth. But I think a lot of that traction is again on its way up. And it's wonderful to see initiatives like this because, any new function, entrepreneurship is a function, it is an industry in itself, requires high quality leadership, high quality guidance from people who've done it, who've got, stories to talk about, who've got their own, points which will help budding entrepreneurs to take that really brave leap. Okay. I asked this question, how many of you plan to become entrepreneurs right out of college? I had one guy, raise his hands. Can I just get to know who that is? Yeah. What's your name? I'm Rohit. Rohit. Have you got a business plan or an idea in mind already? I'm sure I can hear you well. Okay, isn't it a peer pressure to go and sit for placements like everyone else and, look at a first job? Isn't there pressure from home that, job karo, uski baad dekhte hai? Okay, so I think I'm going to discount him because he already has got experience. Thank you, Rohit. Sit down, please. The point of my 10 minutes conversation that I want to kind of tell you is that 10 years of hard work is what people then say you're an overnight success. And I was just sharing that with Mr. Rimy Oberoi, and he said, Rimy, I think it's more like 30 years. But I told him that if I say 30 to you, many of those hands are going to drop and it's going to become maybe 10%. I was asking him what was the average age, range of his age. It's impolite to ask anyone his age, a man or woman, when he sold Wipro Spectromine. Can you guess? You don't have to tell me his exact age. You can say 30s, 20s, 40s. Sir, please hear them out. What are the late 20s? 24. Early 30s? Late 30s? Early 40s? Now, I'm not going to say an age which is not even reached, right? So it's not going to be a good idea. So you'll be surprised, with all due respect, entrepreneurship is a very tough journey. And Mr. Rimy Oberoi has become an overnight success at an age which is close to late 30s or early 40s. So for all of you guys who think entrepreneurship is a great, roller coaster ride, caution, it's tough business. Okay, I worked for 9 years before I started this company of my own. And I've been toiling for 4 years running this company, and I call it toiling because I not had a salary. This was the first year I started taking a salary. I chucked jobs at Hindustan Lever, Adobe, and it's not chucking. I wanted to leave. I'm not trying to glorify it. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I left those jobs because I had that desire. But 4 years of no salary, and yes, I'm married, so hence my kids get a a place to go to for school and, all of that because I have a husband who works. But at the end of the day, it's not nice to go from a certain salary packet to zero and not buy a new cell phone or, go for a holiday or buy new clothes because, then you have to ask somebody for money. And that, my dear friends, is really tough, and I'm sure you would feel the same when you ask your parents for money. So it's the same feeling, a spouse or parents, it doesn't change too much. So the fact of the matter is entrepreneurship is a very tough journey. I think in my 4th year, I seem to have what I believe cracked the product. We have tractions which make us believe that we're going to hit a 1 crore target, in this next couple of months. So I would say that's something that's happened after 4 tough years of a space which most people told me, time kyun waste kar rahi hai? This is not a space people are going to really, invest venture capital money in. Or I do not have venture capital investment. I have personal investment. But otherwise, at the end of the day, we got into a business. Tarun, he heads ESABs, and they're also in that same business. Parent company of, parent company is GTT, Global Talent Track. They do employability skilling. They do a host of education initiatives. And this is a very, very niche and a new, industry. Doesn't even exist. Figuring out what industry wants and what do students like you need as skills. Like, say, example, today you want entrepreneurial skills. It's not easy to determine what kind of skill each one of you require. You can't just say there's one skill which fits all. Somebody who's got a technical skill in a particular area will have to be groomed in that area. Somebody who's got an ability to work well in teams will have to grow on that strength. Somebody who needs to pick up some more skills related to financing and understanding fundamentals of putting your balance sheet together has to be taught that. So it's a huge, high on challenge business that we're all in. And we're all brave entrepreneurs who believe that we can make a new industry. That's what all entrepreneurs have, a belief that they can really bring something new, dramatic change, not just do the same old thing. There's no fun in doing the same old thing. But when you do that also, then it's tougher. Lesser people believe in you. You have lesser, revenue coming in. And persistence is something that seems to become a very difficult word to say to others. Forget saying to yourself, right? So at the end of the day, I would just say my 2-minute takeout for everyone is that please don't believe entrepreneurship is about overnight success. I am 37 and I believe that I have not become a success, and I still believe that I've got another 4-5 years to become a really big success. If I'm going to stand here and say that I think I'm 37. I should now, not really go to work and start from figuring out, which sales guy is, numbers, how much, and how many numbers have Pune done and Bangalore done, and, forget all this, I think it's just too much work. Then that's why a lot of people they become so close to success and they walk out. So, for all you young, budding entrepreneurs, my thing is that India is a great land of opportunity. It is the new land of dreams. If you've got persistence, one single technical strength that you believe you're really good at, people will believe you for what you stand for, not the numbers or capabilities of others who are your team members. And you've got the ability to do that elevator pitch of, 10 seconds, 18 seconds that you believe is a great idea. The idea will change 100 times. Let me tell you, what I started off and what I'm right now doing might be in the same industry, but I'm really not selling the same product. And that's part of persistence, figuring out what your customer wants, what the environment wants out of you, because the environment keeps on changing, and figuring out what will be the best product. But I really believe overnight success is 10 years minimum, can go up to 20 years also. But if you're there, you're going to make a big difference when you look back in time, that I was in India at a time, India had great opportunities, and I took that plunge. I did not go back and say, let me just do my, career and work with some company. It's important to pick up skills. I'm not saying at any point do not go out and seek employment. Employment is very good to validate whether you're good at what you think you're good at. Picking up 4-5 years in a particular country like India is good for everyone, because India is it's a very regulatory environment. There's a lot of bureaucratic red tape that still exists. So you are starting from a service tax filing to income tax filing, to getting your, real estate into a place to run your business are all difficult things to do. And when you're 24, 25 and you look maybe 20, it's a lot more difficult to convince people to do that. But otherwise, I think entrepreneurship is all about persistence, validating your product idea, keeping at it, believing in the fundamental reason why you're here, validating your own strengths, having a great team who believes in you, and getting out there and executing, finally. No couch potato ideas which are all about 100 crores on a piece of paper and then you wait for the day in which it will become 100 crores. That's never going to happen. First, you've got to do your, 1 lakh, 2 lakh and, make it happen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have been invited here, and I hope you guys will really, really use this as a forum to plan out, get the basic guidelines, because once you get out in the world outside, you guys are on your own. So use this to really network, build, the kind of bonds that's required for you to really grow once you go out. Thank you.